I know by now everyone is tired of Tyler Perry depicting black women in the struggle. Countless movies over the past 20 years depicting black women at the lowest point in their lives. Is Straw just another trauma-corn Tyler Perry film, or is it a necessary movie that accurately depicts the times that we're living in? Let's chat. Straw is the story of a struggling single mother named Janiah who is having a horrible day, which is basically her last straw. The straw that broke the camel's back, one of those days, that's what she's having. She's struggling with money, struggling to pay her rent. She's having a tumultuous relationship with her landlord. Her daughter's getting teased at school because she doesn't have enough money for lunch. She's having issues with her car. She gets run off the road by a police officer who takes his anger out on her, says he's gonna kill her, tries to have her arrested. Her car ends up getting impounded because she has a suspended license. And it really just shows you how being poor makes your life so much harder. All she wants to do is work, pay her bills, and take care of her daughter and give her a happy and safe life. Her daughter, who also has a lot of health issues. I think they said she has epilepsy, so she has seizures. She can't even get a break at her job, and her boss is extremely unforgiving, knows that she has an unwell daughter, doesn't want to let her leave if she needs to leave and do something real quick and come back. We know you have a business to run. We know you have things to do, but dude, things come up. So after running all around, trying to get money for her daughter's school lunch, she goes to the bank. She couldn't get her money. Then she tried to get her boss to pay her. He didn't pay her any money. And she ended up going home, and all of her stuff is out on the lawn. Her landlord threw all of her stuff out, which is illegal, by the way. The daughter's medicine ends up getting destroyed. Y'all remember in the first Joker movie, he literally had the worst day ever, and then he just snapped? Now, this is like the non-superhero black woman version of the Joker. So Janiah goes back to work even after her boss fires her, and the store ends up getting robbed. And there's two guys that come in there, hold them at bang bang point. Janiah ends up grabbing the guy and ends up banging him, and he, croaks. Her boss is like, you planned this, I knew it was you. Her boss is just super effing evil. And this is something that Tyler Perry always does that I hate. His evil characters are always super evil to the point where it's unbelievable. And I think that in certain ways it harms the story, because when you can see a character in a movie and they're ultra evil, the real people, the real evil bosses in life, the real evil landlords, the real evil police officers that want to just hurt and harm people, they're gonna watch a movie like this and be like, whoa, at least, I'm not that bad, I never did anything like that. But what they do stuff like this, but it's just a lot more subtle. It all comes down to writing, right? Good and bad writing. I just wish that he wrote the characters' evilness and bad behavior more subtly and realistic. So Janiah's boss is accusing her of being a part of the plot to rob him and saying all these things. She's a lawyer. She's going to go to jail. She ends up pew-pewing him right there in the office. And she's in such distress and distraught. She just looks on the desk for her check and takes it and runs to the bank. Now, the bank is pretty much closed at this point, but she knows the bank teller who kind of dismissed her earlier in the film, and she's like, please, I have to get this money, please. And so eventually they let her in the bank. Now, while in the bank, all hell breaks loose, and you can kind of tell in the from the moment this starts happening that she's really off. You could tell she has PTSD. You could tell she's not acting rationally. She's hitting herself in the head. She can't think straight. She don't know what's going on. She's like, why are you so afraid of me? And she's pointing the gun at the people. And so at this point now, the police have gotten involved, and the lead detective is the Teyana Taylor, who, I always say this, Tyler Perry has some of the most beautiful people in general, but beautiful black people in his movies, men and women, hands down. Teyana is no exception, but this whole thing was cringe. Honestly, I'm open to watching Teyana Taylor try and do the cop thing again, because I think she's got that, that New York, we from the New York, she's got that New York thing that kind of just gives that cop edge, you know what I mean? I've said this multiple times in other reviews of Tyler Perry movies. I feel like actors shouldn't look too beautiful unless the moment calls for it. And I honestly just felt she looked too pretty. Like, just her hair, her eyes, her makeup, her outfit was so fitting, and the heels and the she was strutting all over that set, boy. Y'all know what I'm talking about with Tyler Perry. Just be doing too much. So I don't really need to get into it, but the rest of the movie kind of plays out like this, back and forth. Is she gonna let them go? Is she gonna not let them go? She lets some people out at a time. There was one point in the movie where she had this monologue that I feel like really summed it up, and she just talked about what so many people are going through today, not just black women, all races, all colors, all sexuality, whatever, where it's like, you, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you work, it's just never enough. All you want to do is just take care of your kid, have a simple life, maybe have a little fun here or there or something, but you can't even do that. It's always this red tape. It's always this, you got to do this, that, all these things. I thought that was a really powerful moment in the movie. And listen, I am a harsh Tyler Perry critic, okay? But I feel like for that moment, it was worth it. And honestly, maybe he shouldn't have made all those struggle woman movies, up until this point, to actually, when it really matters, like when he actually did it in a decent way, it ended up being at a point where people are just kind of tired of it. So Sherry Shepherd played the bank teller again, cringe. I mean, she did okay, but it was always like, yes, Janiah, we'll help you. Janiah, you don't have to do this. It's always a dramatic soap opera, but that's what he likes to do, and that's his style, and he says, that's my style and I'm sticking to it. So it is what it is. As we get to the end of the movie, though, a twist is revealed. We find out that Janiah's daughter was dead the whole time, and that everything that she went through was basically post-traumatic stress disorder, like some psychosis, some disassociation that she had due to the extreme trauma and stress. Now, I felt like that ending was definitely Deus Ex Machina, God out of the machine, as in it came out of nowhere. Honestly, overall, I will say that good job, Tyler Perry. You're actually doing a little bit better with your movies, which I feel kind of gross to say that because it's been like 20 years now. Like, come on, bro. I think Taraji P. Henson obviously is phenomenal. She did a great job. She couldn't have played this any better. Everything she did was believable. Even when the script is not great, she makes every line seem believable. And she's just completely underrated and underused, if you ask me. I also heard that supposedly at least Taraji P. Henson's parts were filmed in 4 days. I mean, obviously it worked because Taraji is a super pro and she was able to deliver those lines. Like, she did 10 rehearsals. But where it kind of falls flat is with the other people, because everyone else besides her could have benefited from a third or fourth take, honestly. I don't know what it is with Tyler Perry, why he doesn't like directing actors. He's just like, all right, I brought you on, learn your lines, show up on the day and do the thing. I feel like it makes them look bad. He doesn't care or what, I don't know. It makes them look bad, it makes him look bad, it makes his movies look low quality. He has a top quality actress like Taraji P. Henson, and she did an interview when she says that Tyler Perry, of course, pays her more than her worth, which is absolutely wonderful. And I know he does it because he needs someone as talented as this, and he's gonna pay her whatever he needs to pay her. And it's also 4 days, so he doesn't have to pay as much as, say, if it was a 6-week shoot. I am a zero-budget filmmaker, so I understand the saving of a coin. Like, for example, the rest of the actors in this movie could have benefited from third and fourth takes with some direction and, like, letting them try to do lines different ways. I also previously talked about Tyler Perry's insane shooting schedules on my channel. So if you want to see how I broke down about why this is not okay, that he shot, for example, 19 episodes of his show Bruh in 4 days, or how he shot Acrimony in 5 days, and how I believe it hurts the actors and the movie, you can go and check that out. Now, as to whether this film needed to be made or not, no, I don't think it needed to be made, but I'm not mad at it being made. The problem is Tyler Perry made this, so now it just seems like it's a struggle movie in a long list of other struggle movies that he makes, and people want to see something different from him. And I completely understand, and I agree with those people. I have a family member who watched the movie and said that it made her cry because as a single mom, she knows exactly what this woman went through, and she even went through similar stuff herself. There's certain parts that touch me as a single woman. I ain't got no kids, but I went through some of these things, how sometimes it can feel like everything is against you, and no matter how hard you work, no matter how much money you make, it's just never enough. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I feel like this might be a case of the right message but the wrong messenger. What do you guys think of Straw? What do you guys think about the fact that he filmed it in 4 days? Are you noticing this tide turning in Tyler Perry's work? It seems like it's starting to get better. I'm also wanting to see him like explore other ideals and situations. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think.